That's so I can line up the audio with the video and you
awesome.
call it all good. Thank you.
How many years did you go to school to learn that one?
0, precisely 0 years. I went
you
to
were really
school.
smart.
Thank you. Thank you. This is So You Want to Start a Business, episode number 5. I think it's number 5. We're sitting down with Jason, who is the owner of MayMoes. So Jason, I want to hear your story. Why did you get started with food? I mean, of all things.
Well, I just want to point out that I'm sad I'm number 5 and not number 1, but
I'm sorry.
We'll live. So, I've always liked to cook. It was something that came natural, self-taught. I was never afraid to throw it in the garbage and start over, and I think that's where most people make the biggest mistake.
Yeah.
Is they'll serve food that's not good, and they know it's not good.
Yep.
You can't be afraid to throw it in the garbage. So I tell people all the time that Tiger Woods has a natural ability to play golf,
right,
but he has to practice.
Right.
Cooking was just a natural ability I had, and then we practice all the time around here, and so it was just something I loved. And my daughter's 3 years old or so. She called tomatoes MayMoes.
MayMoes,
and
cute.
Honestly, that was a little driving point.
Oh,
I said,
that's adorable.
When I have a restaurant, that's what we're going to name it, is MayMoes. And so we still call it MayMoes at my house today. If you want tomatoes on a salad
They're
at
MayMoes?
home, we call them MayMoes still.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. So what did you do before this? Because you didn't just start with food, right?
No, before this, I woke up this morning and came to work.
Lovely.
Actually, I was in the insurance business and mortgages.
Cool.
I loved it. I love sales. I've been in sales my whole life. It was always something that I can make as much money as I wanted to. I never wanted to know that I went to work and I knew on Friday exactly what my paycheck
and
would
you were
be.
limited.
Yes, I absolutely love sales. And look, it's scary. You wake up unemployed every morning is what they say.
Yeah.
You have to go out and create business or nothing's there. So I greatly enjoyed it. I appreciated, or I was able to save money to be able to, help start this. And this is, it's ultimately sales. I'm selling people, not food, me.
Right.
They're buying into me. We convinced people to eat mud bugs in the Rocky Mountains. They're not buying food, they're buying me.
Yeah. I think that's something that a lot of people don't pay attention to is the growth of themselves and really how they're presenting themselves, because the presentation of you is really what a lot of people are buying. And I think that's so cool.
I've never heard, honestly, so many compliments in all my life. And we're here to hear the bad stuff, too. To me, that's just constructive criticism. You know, I always want to know if my food's not good. I want to know more than if it is good. I have told so many people, if I was a gazillionaire, I would do this for free every day.
Yeah.
I absolutely love to wake up and come to work and build something and be a part of it. And I don't know how much food I've given to people that maybe they just had a baby or a death in the family, and they'll look at you, but you're like, oh, we're just a customer. But we have brought that Southern hospitality to Logan. It is a true. I didn't honestly realize Southern hospitality was a real thing until I left Louisiana.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, you're holding the door open and no one says thank you or something like that.
It's crazy. Like, just freak, say thank you. I don't know why. I don't understand it.
I just, give me a wave when I let you over in traffic or something,
Right.
And so then it hit me that it was a real thing. And we opened this, and even the employees bought into it like, oh my goodness, it's so nice, it's so played. Everybody wants to be happy and be a part of something. And that's what MayMoes has done. Just 5 minutes before you got here, Bill was here, Linda was here. We know everybody.
Yeah.
It's during a day, we'll have 30 or 40 people that we know by name every given day.
Yeah.
And we've tried to do so much for the community. And that's not, you have no idea how much stuff we've done that people never even know about. Thousands and thousands of dollars donated and meals. I've given more meals away because somebody forgot their wallet or something like that.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's just not about the money. Look, I got to pay bills.
Right, of course.
But it's not about the money.
Well, and I think that's the most important thing when you talk about the sales of it. It's not really even like selling, because we're not looking at like snake oil sales or anything like that.
Right.
It's not like trying to scheme somebody. This is an authentic, this is a genuine, this is a real thing, because it's just the way that you treat people. It's the way that people feel when they come in, and it's warm, it's different.
I'm waking up and letting people meet Jason Davis every day.
That's cool.
They get what they get. They might get me in a bit of a mood.
Yeah, that happens, though.
They might
it's real life.
Me taking my shirt off and making a goofy post online or something.
I think that's something my main focus in life has been to find happiness, to chase happiness, to make sure that happiness is priority number one. And so I think it's cool that you have given the opportunity to people to say, look, this is my business. This is what I want to do. I want to make food. I want to cook food. But more importantly than anything, I want everybody here to be happy.
I just want the happiness. McCall, I can be down sometimes, and I'll go read reviews, and I'm right back. I will literally cry reading. My wife says I'm the emotional one anyhow.
It happens.
I will just cry reading reviews. I cannot believe people would say such kind things about me or my staff or something. It's unheard of. It's just it's a great feeling, and this is with thousands of reviews, and they just all maintain the same level of awesomeness.
Yeah. So. I think it's just because you are just so unapologetically yourself. And that's something that a lot of people, I don't think get to see on the daily. Everybody's holding themselves to this certain level of fake, really, and I think that the curtain has just been drawn here and everybody can actually see who you are and what you do. How often do you go through and read reviews to be able to figure out what to improve or et cetera?
I get notifications on all of them. Well, not on Yelp anymore, and I need to set that back up. But Google and Facebook send me notifications, and honestly, every single time I get them because I want to know. Them? Well, one, I've had employees say, "Will you want me to answer them?" And the answer is no. I want to reach out to these people. I want them to see me, and I want them to know. If you go read some of my replies, you'll even say, "Oh, hey, I can't believe I just choked up reading your review. Thank you so much." And even just a little bit right now, it kind of just
That's so cool, though.
It's a great thing. And I try to answer every single one of the bad ones. We had a guy redo his review the other day I remember the day he came in. It was a year ago. We were slammed, and he had a horrible experience. Yeah. And I beg him to tell me before they leave. But some people are more comfortable behind a screen. I get it,
of course.
And anyhow, he came in last Saturday. I was up here working, and he upgraded his review, I think, to a 4 or 5 star from his 1.
Nice.
And he was like, I hadn't been back in a year, but, I came in, I gave him one more try, and holy cow, it was awesome. And that's all we're trying to do. At the end of the day, again, we want to make money, but to see the happiness, to see that we did it correctly. But I always try to go in if there's any criticism or if they had a bad experience. Every one of them will start out with, hey, come back in and either get your money or let me make your meal again. Yeah. Because if you didn't get what you paid for, that's bull anywhere you go.
Right.
We want to give you it.
Absolutely. And a lot of the times, I think a lot of the times people are out there to get their 5 minutes of fame or whatever to say those nasty things online. A lot of the times you can go through and figure out what has merit and what is just fake. But
you can read between the lines.
100%. But you guys don't get caught up on that.
No, look, I learned years ago you're never going to make everyone happy. Yeah. You're just not. And honestly, some of our worst reviews is people come in fighting as a couple. Yeah. And unfortunately, it gets taken out on you. Yep. You can't do anything to make them happy.
You're just there.
Yep. You're friendly fire. And so I'm apologetic to them.
Yeah,
and just
of course.
Say, I've had a few where I didn't bite my tongue. We had a kid write a 1-star review because we had to let his friend go. Yeah. And I was very nice to him, but I said, Bob or whatever his name was.
Oh, look, Bob.
I'm like, I said, yes, that's our business model is to let the best employees go. I was like, come on, think about what you're saying. Right. And I just trying to point out, so in case anyone reads that review, they're like, oh, yeah, that's silly. Right. And just so they understand us, where we're coming from. But I remember the first time we got a review that wasn't a 5-star, and it crushed me. Yeah. I was really hurt, because I'm like, gosh, dang it, I'm working 14 hours a day.
This is my heart. This is my soul.
That's it. It's your child. It's everything. And that stunk. But these days, I look at them, I read them, I take them and see what we can do, and then I move forward with them.
Yeah, and it's so important when it comes to looking at those reviews to figure out what actually has merit, what actually you can do to be able to improve, to be able to do better. I'm assuming, maybe this is presumptuous of me, but I'm assuming you're way happier now that those negative reviews aren't as impacting on your life, right?
I've just learned that you just can't please everyone. Yeah. And so I try to learn from them. Yeah. Again, some of them I'll recognize that person or that situation they were in, and I'm like, oh, okay, we remade their food. We gave it to them for free. We bought them a dessert.
Right.
Nothing
what are you
was going to make
supposed
that
to do?
person happy. Yeah. And that's okay, And those, I can sleep just fine at night with that, I just bid them goodwill and thank you for the information. But it happens, But honestly, even the 5 stars, I'll tell them, is that your first visit? I'm like, come a couple of times before you judge us, even on the good side. Make sure you know what you're saying, And, but I try to leave everywhere I go excuse me, I try to leave good reviews.
Yeah.
If it's bad, I usually don't say anything, but I might mention something to somebody, of a situation or something.
Yeah.
But I praise them high. I just drank some chocolate milk from someplace in Idaho the other day.
Uh-huh.
I wrote them the most amazing review. It
That's
was the best
good.
chocolate milk I ever
That's
drank
so
in my
cool.
life. It was amazing. So but that's the future of business is social media.
Absolutely.
You got to be strong.
Yeah. Well, and that's where everybody goes. You go to social media first thing to make sure that, this, that, or the other thing is legit. People that are hiring, that's the first place that they're going, is to look at the people's social media and see what it looks like and make sure that you're a legit human,
It's that, or, what exactly you were doing this weekend and things like that. I mean, it's funny, but these days everybody puts their business online.
Yeah.
And as long as it's public, we're going to go look at it before we hire somebody.
Well, and that's so true. That's something that I wasn't aware of. I started working at a bank, actually, before I started doing what I do with radio and everything now. And that was the first I was ever made aware, was that people look at your social media before.
Yeah.
And they go through, and it was really funny because then I started moving my way up in the little management-y positions at the bank, and they were like, here, come look at this. Let's look at the social media of this person that we just interviewed. Oh man, they're crazy. Nope, pass, Yep.
I didn't know a whole lot about it. Tilly back there, actually, she's big in social media.
Uh-huh.
She would be like, oh, Jason, look at this person's Facebook. And I'm like, oh, mercy, okay, let's
No.
let's try to hire somebody else. So, talking about jobs and all that, it's important.
Yeah.
People are going to look at your social media. Either make it private or don't post all your business on there.
Yeah, agreed. But I think it goes right back to the authenticity and that genuineness of situations,
Yeah.
Because your social media is cool because you guys are all authentic. It's you chilling in the beautiful weather that's outside, snow and
it's pretty
nastiness.
Natural. I posted videos of my wife and I walking through the airport saying, hey, we'll be home on Monday. We're off to the LSU football game.
Yeah.
And I put next week's our anniversary. I always post pictures. Hey, it's my wife's and my anniversary, and people blow up because they want to see that personal side of you.
Absolutely.
I post the good and the bad.
Yeah.
We've never hid anything here.
Yeah.
It's always been everything.
Yeah.
We're very transparent.
Yeah.
We're very open, even from an open kitchen to open lives.
I love that you guys have the open kitchen. I think that's just so cool because then you get to see everything back there. And, I sat down, I had some food earlier today, and it was cool because me and my boyfriend were sitting over there, and it was like, look, they're making the food. It's so cool. I think it's so important to keep everything open, keep the communication open, and I think that people value that more than anything. In this day and age, you look at the Keeping Up with the Kardashians and all of the reality TV shows that are all scheduled out, and people want to know what's going on in people's lives, though. For some reason, everybody's so fascinated with it.
I mean, Mark Zuckerberg made himself $50 billion based on people's nosiness.
Yeah, that's true. I've never thought of it that way, but that's exactly what it is.
That's it. I made a post on Facebook the other day, a personal post. And, I was tired of all the J-Lo and Trump stuff.
Right.
And I kind of just put on there, I was kind of silly. I said, I never thought I'd miss your kids' first day pictures of school
I know.
so much. Because everybody does that. I said, this is ridiculous. Like them or not, I said, please go back to posting your lies that we enjoy reading.
Right, because everybody already knows what has happened everywhere else
it's amazing.
with everything else. I feel that right now. Just earlier today, I was telling one of my coworkers, I was like, I'm deleting my Facebook. I'm so sick of it right now. Just because everything has just been so outrageous.
And you're never going to convince anybody otherwise.
No.
Ever.
No, and that's what always kills me is that when it comes to opinions of people, you have the conversation with people and their opinions, and it's like, okay, so this is your view, this is their view. You spewing negativity and whatever your view may be and spewing it this way is not going to convince these people to come over here to this side because that's their view. This is your view. Just leave it.
There's what 1 billion people on Facebook, and you will never convince one of them to vote differently.
No.
I mean, come on. Let's just post something out there to be fun.
Right.
Let's post pictures of some alligator or
Where
something.
are the dogs? Where are the kids? Where are the other pictures about talking about how much you hate snow?
Your amazing vacations that you go on every week, evidently.
Please go on vacation and post all about it because I'm sick of seeing all of this stuff.
I don't need to see J-Lo or Shakira or Trump anymore. I'm good.
No, I'm done with it. So when it comes to your business and your business model, who do you think has been the biggest inspiration in your life? The one that has been okay, let's do this.
Well, that's a good question.
Yay, good.
Well, because I'm thinking, I don't know if as far as inspiration, I grew up, my father and I, we didn't get along very well. And nowadays we do, and I've really enjoyed trying to prove, you don't have to prove anything to anybody.
Right,
but I really want him to see this success, to kind of say, hey, look, all those bad times, I did it, and he's quite proud of us these days. He loves it.
Which is cool.
It really is. In fact, he has this picture on the wall back here where he was
nice.
He was out here working, and that's his forte. He does, he can work and stuff like that, but he's getting older and a little unhealthy these days, and so it's good that this, relationship has mended. And,
for sure.
And I feel like that's something I'm very proud of right there. As far as inspiration, I love food. I felt like people should have better.
Yeah.
And we miss sometimes. There's no doubt about it. It's not always perfect, but dadgummit, we try hard to be perfect.
It's good.
And
it's good food.
I mean, from like our bread comes out of New Orleans. We're not just getting local bread made. Not that theirs is bad,
no,
but
of
I
course
need
not.
the actual French bread that they make a po' boy on. Our hamburgers, if you had any idea how much work we go through to make a simple hamburger, you would pay double for it.
Right.
It's a lot of effort and stuff. So just honestly, just wanting to be better. I want my wife to be proud of me. I want my kids to have something to leave behind. I mentioned the other day, we've recently been filmed on the Food Network for Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Yeah, which is awesome.
That's huge. I mean, to me, that's an endorsement saying, holy crap, you did something right, Jason, that a worldwide TV show, the #1 show on Food Network, wants you to be on it. And so, I don't know. I just always want to be our best and take care of people. And so inspiration is just being good.
Right.
Just helpful. Be me.
Right. And going back to your hamburgers thing, I think it's so important because of how much work does go into it. People don't understand the amount of work that has gone into creating this business. People don't get it.
I'm on 2 different blood pressure medicines.
Nice.
So that should tell you right there.
That's successful.
It's so good. I've had 5 ankle surgeries.
Dang.
But it's a lot. It's a lot of hard work. But again, when you love it, you don't care.
Yep.
But it's, again, I'm just going to bring the hamburger up because this will give you a little bit. We buy beef bones that we boil. That makes a stock that we add more thyme and cumin and garlic salt. Then we take that and add it to fresh ground hamburger meat. Then we take that, we hand press patties, and then that's seasoned on the grill with a different seasoning that we make in-house, all to create a burger. I mean, when you look at what we're doing.
That's a huge process.
To be better,
yeah.
Yes. All that, I mean, we could buy frozen third-pound patties and throw them down, but it wouldn't be MayMoes. And so that's where I think I've always believed in hard work. Nothing will replace hard work, I don't think. I don't care if you're doing the job wrong. Just keep doing it, and eventually it's going to be right.
Yeah.
And it's a ton of work to do what we do, but it's better at the end of the day. It's just, I don't know, I always tell people, be better.
Yeah.
Our employees that are here now, we keep employees an abnormally long time. Most restaurants, 6 months,
which is awesome.
And they're gone.
Yeah.
We're 3 and 4 years on these people.
That's awesome.
And we pay well and all, but they have bought into the system of being better.
Yeah.
I've back in the day, sometimes for shock and awe, I picked up a basket. It was a hamburger and French fries. And I said, these fries are warm. And the girl's like, and I took them and I threw them against the wall, smashed the whole thing. I said, we don't do warm French fries.
We do hot French fries.
And I did it to get everyone's attention.
Right.
We are not other places. They can do however they want. It works for them,
but
great.
This is us.
But this is how we're going to do it. Every day we're going to make our pastas from scratch. I'm not going to dump it out of a bag and send you down there. It's a lot more work. It's cost more.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I can smile, or when I walk into the grocery store and they're like, hey, MayMoes, or hey, Jason, I have no regrets.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know, the hard work, the persistence is trying to always be better. Like I said earlier, don't be afraid to throw it in the garbage. And that's what has made us where we are today.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are really scared to mess up, scared to, just not willing, nervous really to take that risk. Because you think about, I remember when I was in high school, I was in an art class and I was drawing and I was so frustrated with my drawing and my teacher told me just start over. And I said, no, do you know how much work I've done? How much work has gone into this? And she's like, yeah. Start over. If you don't like it, you just start over. It doesn't matter because if it's not what you want, then it's never going to be what you want from this basic thing. So start over and go again. And I remember just being like, no, I don't want to start over. And so then I did. And then I was really mad because I started over And then it turned out way better than I could have ever expected.
You just have to. I mean, imagine it now when we first open and you don't have 2 quarters to rub together and you got to throw something in the garbage because it's just not quite right.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, wait, somebody will buy this, but, will it be what we do? And we throw it in the garbage and make another one. Yep. And your poor's a church mouse. And all of a sudden, though, they went and told everybody because it was so amazing.
Because the quality was the best.
To eat. Yep. And then you start making up your money. Yeah. You have to build that reputation. You can't just go out and purchase that. And that's what we've tried to do here is, again, I go back to being ourselves and just trying to be better at everything. We were definitely taught to work hard when I was growing up. In fact, to a point that it probably drove us all crazy. But we were taught to just be hard workers. And look, everybody needs a break and a rest and all. But I don't know. You just get in and you go at it, and you just I don't know. But I was saying my employees have bought into it. Danny, just a day or so ago, he's like, Jason, you sure? And I taste it, and I'm like, I don't know. He's like, I don't think so. I'm like, okay.
Then let's.
The rule of thumb here is if they think it's just okay, I'll absolutely hate it.
Right.
And so if an employee's like, I don't know, then it's garbage. And we start over. But they've bought into that. We had Jason look. I threw that out because it wasn't any good, or we needed to remake it, and it stinks to see that going in the garbage. That's dollar bills.
Yeah.
I always say I work for free all day because something messed up and we had to throw it away. Well, my little take's only 10% or whatever, 5%. So then I'm working free for the whole day. Yeah. But you have to do it. You have to get a standard. And if you don't have integrity, you have nothing.
Exactly.
When I'm 6 feet under, they're going to be like, that Jason sure would try hard to make a burger with me.
And that's really the whole point of everything. Towards the end of life, towards the end of when you get to the end, that's what you want, is that people remember your reputation. They remember the integrity that you had. They remember, they went out of their way to make sure that everything was taken care of and everything was good.
Correct. And honestly, I'm a huge believer in karma. It always comes
back.
It
does.
People are just good to you, or they're, I remember you gave me some beignets because something went right. Can you cater my wedding now? And it's just, it always comes back.
Yeah, it's building that reputation and building that friendship and that rapport that you're going to be able to get. And, I think that a lot of people, they don't have that. It's not like taught, it's just I guess mediocrity is okay. And I don't understand that.
So many people see a spreadsheet too.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. If we can take this out and take this out. I remember hearing it was like an analogy of a story, and the story went something along the lines of somebody went to a restaurant, and they went to this restaurant specifically for the soup. And as they went to have the soup, they went back one day, and it was just a little bit different. They had taken out a little bit of chicken because they wanted to save a little bit of money. And so it was like, okay, well, I get it. If it's got less chicken in it, then okay, well, then it was a little bit more broth, and then it was a little less vegetable, and eventually they ended up changing it because the chicken stock was too much money or whatever, and so they changed it, and it ended up leading to this person never going back to the restaurant again because the only reason why they were going was that they loved that soup. And just changing and adapting things to save a little bit of coin isn't always the answer.
In the beginning, you see profits because you made it cheaper.
Yep.
And so profits go up. In the long run, they're just going to... Like, feet are always prove it. It's how many butts you have in the seat.
Yep.
That's what's going to prove it. I know things are affected. Like we're talking about today, the weather. People tend to stay out a little bit when the weather. But at the end of the day, the butts in the seat, it means you're either doing it right or wrong.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, I don't have $1 billion to spend in marketing like some places. Yeah. I put our money into food, and you know what? They're going to tell people it's good or not.
And reputation.
We got the other day, a lady said, it'll be well worth the 2.5-hour drive again.
That's so cool.
2.5-hour drive to come eat here.
Yeah.
To give you a perspective, a destination restaurant, which is what we are, draws from a 20-mile radius.
That's crazy.
We have a gentleman last night, he flies in once a week from Provo.
That's amazing. That's amazing that you've built that reputation, and you've built it because of who you are and what you do and just you.
Oh, I'm sure we've made people mad and everything, but
again,
we're just going to be us always.
Yeah, and I think
that'll never change.
That's so important, is that you value that, and you hold that to a super, super, super high standard.
Well, it was like the little post I was reading you, us hiring a while ago. I was just silly and goofy in it.
Right.
But
that's just who you are, though.
Going to a while back, we switched to real silverware, and I wrote a post and I said, we now have real silverware and all. It's like, and in order to save money, please share your silverware with other people, and
Perfect.
we'll wash it once a week.
Oh, good, great.
And so it post blows up.
Right.
And somebody commented, they said, "Oh, I thought you were making a serious post for a minute," and said, "Finally, that humor came out."
Oh, good.
And I was like, yeah, I wasn't going to be serious for too long.
No, of course not.
But I've never gone up the huck with that.
No, I think that the reputation you guys have built is just, I think it's just so cool. I really do.
We enjoy it. Cache Valley has loved us.
Yeah.
And that has been a huge honor. That's not something we expected or thought would happen.
Yeah.
But holy cow, these people fell in love with us, and we went right back to them. When I was on the second date with my wife, we were both divorced, and there was no sense keep dating if there were certain big things in the way.
Right, yeah.
That's the point, right?
Yeah.
So I said, "Do you want more kids, and are you married to Cache Valley or Logan?" And she says no and no. And I said, "Okay, so we can go on more dates," because
cool,
I
let's
didn't know
go.
about living in Logan,
Yeah. Yeah.
Now my hair on the back of my neck stands up when I got to leave town.
Yeah.
We know everybody. We cannot walk into a store without somebody yelling MayMoes. On bike rides, they're like, "Hey, MayMoes." And it's just, it's funny because when we were dating, everybody knew April, and now everybody knows me.
Yeah.
But it's just what happened, and it was all organic. It was all natural. And
Yeah.
holy cow, I go to Walmart 3 or 4 times a day because it's next door.
Right.
And so many people talk to me in there. It's almost where you got to wear a disguise sometimes to go out.
Yeah.
And it's such a compliment, such a huge thing for us. I mean,
Yeah.
again, we did it by being us. That was it. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
You're going to get a guy that's going to say "dadgummit" or "eat squirrel" or whatever it may be.
Love that.
Yeah. But you're just never going to get a fake. It won't happen. Not for the dollar. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what built us. But man, we love this town now.
Well, I think that's what people love about you is that they know that you're not going to do it for the dollar. It's not just, oh yeah, it'll make me a little bit of extra money, so it's worth it. And that's your guys' motto. I don't know specifically what your motto is, but from what I gather, it's just that you guys just prioritize happiness.
We always say if you go home hungry, it's your own dang fault.
Yeah.
We'll refill sides for people for free.
That's so cool.
I'll see somebody eating a soup or gumbo. You want me to top that off? And they kind of look
And they look at you like, what?
Yeah. And I'm like, all right,
of course.
Top it off again.
That's cool.
I don't know. It's just what we do. And I realize that might not be the best business model. And
Right.
it can all crash and burn tomorrow. Maybe it does. But if it does, I'll still can hold my head high.
Right.
And that's, again, 6 feet under. I want them to say that Jason Davis is a dang good guy.
Yeah.
And that's all we're going for.
Do you think that you learned this from growing up? Is this something that you think has been learned from growing up from your parents? Yeah.
Instilled in you. My mother is the best person in the whole wide world.
That's
I know
so cool.
people say that, but she is beyond any. Again, she's solid.
That's cool.
You just my wife, I think, is unbelievable, and she always says, "Well, Jason, I'm perfect for you, not everybody," and all that, and we get along better than anything. I could have never imagined being so happy, but
that's cool.
My mother, when it comes to is the most unselfish person ever. It's just ridiculous. In fact, she comes up here in the summers and she'll go around hugging and people and telling them stories and everything.
That's so cute.
They love her. They all know her. I get a lot of messages through MayMoes Facebook asking how my mom's doing and stuff like that. So, but she's just the most unselfish person in the world. And as you can see, I wear my emotions on my sleeve too.
Yeah.
And so it's just always been just the need to want to please people and help them and take care of them. I mean, you have to build up a little bit of walls, especially in the business.
Yeah,
you
well, of
tell
course.
Somebody know every now and then.
Right.
My big thing lately is when people want some type of sponsorship or donation, I ask if they've eaten here, and if they've never eaten here.
Oh, right. You're like, get out.
Yeah, I'm polite about it, but I'm like,
right.
No, you don't even know what you're giving somebody.
Right.
You're going to give them a gift card, and you've never eaten here. You've never spent money with us. I mean, we support a lot of local ball teams, everything.
Right.
Just eat with me once is all I'm looking
right,
for.
And that's it.
You do have to be a little bit hard on things.
Yeah.
But again, such a soft heart. But we got a letter the other day, a thank you card from the special needs group. I didn't even know we donated to them, but they sent us a card and they had all signed it. And
that's
of course,
so
I sat back there
sweet.
bawling, reading it and stuff like that.
Right.
Because it means the world.
Yeah.
I've had people give me Christmas gifts and stuff like that. One of them gave me an autographed football from an LSU player.
That's cool.
And they did it anonymously. And I'm like, when's the last time you went to a restaurant
and
gave the owner a Christmas gift?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of impact that we've had. But I hope people listen to this and realize the impact they've given back to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We tell stories all the time. We cry. We laugh at the stuff people have done. That's the business model. If you want to know what it is, it's be us, be natural, and be fair and kind. And it might not, again, help everybody, but we're going to help most of them.
Right. And I think that's what's so different is that you do that. You are out in public. You know, you are here. You're not just sitting in the plush corner office because somebody else is running your
right.
stuff. You know, this is yours. This is your baby. This is what you love, and
I love it.
And you love helping people, and that's cool.
I've got an amazing staff. When I'm not here, they definitely can handle everything I need them to handle. But this is what I want to do. Like people ask me all the time if they don't know MayMoes, and they say, "What do you do for a living?" And I say, "Well, I cook hamburgers." And
nice.
That's always my come. And I even had a girl cut my hair one time. She's like, "Well, don't you own it?" And I'm like, "Yes, I own it." But
right.
That's not the bragging point.
No.
I cook hamburgers for a living.
No, it's because you value your product and you value it and you trust your people that you work for. But since this is what you love and you want to make sure that your product is good, you know,
spot on every time.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We just want it to be exactly the same and good. We buy a quality product. We had crab bisque today. The crab's almost $20 a pound.
Delicious.
Yeah, I love that
stuff. That sounds so good.
I don't know if you'll find anywhere in town where they're doing $20 a pound crab for soup.
Right.
But it's what we want to buy. It's the product we need.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah. So with this, do you have like big goals for like expansion or is it what do you want to do? Are you good where you are? Do you love this?
We're happy right now. When we first opened, we had multiple people come in with checks in their hand wanting a franchise, but we were too new, didn't know what we were doing. They also, one thing always worried me is I felt that they mistook the attitudes or the hospitality as like they could go open a MayMoes and do exactly what we're doing. And just do it, right. But it was the hospitality that we gave. It was a large part of it.
Yeah, and I don't think I can even stress enough like how authentic you guys are. Like the authenticity of it. I don't think that I can stress that enough because you can't just like teach that. That's not, I mean, you can from a young age, but it takes...
It's kind of got to be in you. I mean,
you have to have it.
These traps above your head, they come out of my dad's barn.
No way.
I actually catfished with that trap 40 years ago.
That's cool.
So when you say authentic, and the reason we did this, we wanted people to see where food comes from.
Yeah.
Most people don't know what a crawfish trap or a catfish or crab. Yeah. They have no idea, But that was what scared me in the beginning as far as that was, I think people mistook the amazing hospitality and good time that they had, that it would just translate over to their business.
You just could do it,
and
right.
I'm like, well, that's not going to work. And we didn't have it cookie cutter yet. And we are huge at coming in and saying, okay, well, this didn't sell well yesterday, so let's take that meat and we're going to create this with that meat. And other people can't do that. It's if you're going to franchise, it has to be very cookie cutter, exactly, you know what's going on.
Specific to
it's a mess. And,
every single day.
We have people begging us to move to Ogden and places like that. It's expensive. So maybe one day, my wife can actually retire from teaching in like 11 or 12 years.
Nice.
If this is still around, somebody wants to write me a check. We have a house in Louisiana.
Nice.
Cabin on Bear Lake with her family. So maybe we just go ahead and take the retirement and play around. She says she wants to get a food cart in like Brazil or some beach somewhere.
That would be so crazy and fun.
No, I told her I was pretty excited about it. But so I don't know. After this Food Network show airs, obviously there's going to be a large publicity, and we're getting our seasonings and salsas prepared to be sold and things
amazing.
like that. So right now, that's kind of the next step as far as financially with us, is having all that available for sale. We have some really cool shirts that are going to be coming out. I really like them. They it has the state of Utah on the front and Logan, and it just with the MayMoes logo, it says "This is home."
Oh,
and so
fun!
I'm like,
that's sweet.
I'm excited about those. But we have a great product seasoning. So with avenues like Amazon and the internet and everything else, even you and I were talking today, online sales and stuff. That's really where the next step is going to be financially for us, is all that stuff. And then hopefully one day, I would even love to wholesale some of our seasonings.
That
I think
would be cool.
They're great. I think other restaurants should buy them and use them. We have I have so many people already buy them. Like they'll come in, can I just buy a little container of it and stuff like that. So I do worry about the quality if it gets out there.
Right.
Again, a lot of people worried about that bottom line.
Yep.
And again, I got to pay bills, but I'm just not worried about that bottom line.
Well, and I think that's where that is like your main focus, is making sure that the product and your quality doesn't get diminished is the most important thing.
Yeah.
It is. It goes right back to like teaching that hospitality and you just can't.
You can't. It's got to be in you. Like James, who's walking around wherever he is. I always tell him in the first 2 weeks I hired him, I wanted to fire him. He drove me crazy.
Really?
But then we found his niche was dealing with people and talking to them.
Yeah.
And he just became an amazing employee doing that, So that's why he's out front, He's the face of the company because he really likes people. He bought into hey, it has to be the best, And even this morning we had a couple of slices of king cake, and he's like, I don't think we should serve this. I don't feel like it's as fresh as it should be.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, kill it.
Cool. Yeah.
Just like that. And I don't want to throw no crowd. We give away a lot of food too.
Yeah.
Especially our crew next door at Walmart. We'll bring over treats and stuff to them.
Oh, that's cool.
And it might not be the best, but it's free.
Right.
Free food always tastes better.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
You ever notice anytime you go to some potluck, it's better?
Oh, yeah. It's always better. I think that's cool that you guys spend the time to be able to get to know your employees. And once you spend the time to get to know your employees and figure out what their niche is, that's cool.
It does a good job. We got to be one of the few restaurants. We do a Christmas bonus.
That's
we do
cool.
A summer party. They make good money here.
That's amazing.
We pay well, and they make tips. And so I think it's one reason it's kept them here. But again, I've always believed in hiring less employees that are good quality than just throwing a minimum wage at a bunch of people and hoping for the best.
And that's cool. It's consistent with everything else that you've talked about too. The quality is number one. Quality is priority number one, and I love that.
Yeah, I never thought about it that way, but you're right.
Yeah.
Like
it translates across everything.
Yep.
Your food, your people, your business model, everything. You got to make sure that the quality is there, and I love that.
Correct. Yeah, never thought of it that way. It was good to hear it.
Yeah, of course. So I want to go back to your hard work, the conversation about hard work that we were having just a little bit ago, and I want to. What does a normal day-to-day schedule look like for you?
When it's not super duper busy, 7:30 in the morning, and I'll usually try to go rest my leg for lunch. I'll go home, so around 1 o'clock. I told you 5 ankle surgeries.
Yeah.
I'll go home and ice my leg, and then either come back that evening or they can handle it. Last Friday was 14 hours, I think. I worked straight. Saturday was 12 hours. So those can be a lot. And that's why you got to like it.
Yeah.
I've always said two people open restaurants: people that absolutely love it, or people with a lot of money, and they pay somebody else to go do it, and eventually they make money back, know. I'm the other one. I'm the poor one that just absolutely loves being here every day.
Yeah.
I love creating. I love cooking. Some days it might only be 4 hours in the morning, and then I have to go run errands or take breaks or whatever. And I know sometimes these guys will give me a hard time that I'm not here, but I'm running yesterday meeting with CPAs all day on Tuesday, and it's just so much stuff that goes on. The stuff I don't want to do ever. I want to cook. I want to hang out, but it's cooking and prepping all morning long, and then serving the customers through the lunch rush, and then kind of getting prepped up again for dinner that night. With things like Valentine's Day and Mardi Gras and all that coming up, we'll run a line to the door for 3 hours straight.
That's crazy.
That's when everybody's ready to stab each other back there.
Right,
but
I believe
when
that.
When it's over, you're all laughing.
Yeah.
But yes, what's going on?
It's high stress.
You're calling everybody's called some name back there until it ends.
I love that.
It's exciting. I always laugh. I said, if somebody ever hears us back here, they're just going to think we all hate each other, and yet we're all laughing and cutting up the whole time. I love to sing while I cook.
That's cool.
And I don't sing, but I love to sing. I sing Christmas songs a lot. Show tunes.
Oh, good.
I've been stuck on Good Morning Baltimore from Hairspray for a while now, and I think they're about ready to kill me when I'm just belling
They're about
out,
sick
Good
of
morning,
it.
Baltimore. Yeah, it's and I do like Bye Bye Birdie. I get into that one too.
Sounds also very good.
Maybe I should at least take a singing lesson if I'm going to do that.
Oh, no.
Or pay them more or something.
Who cares? It takes away from your authenticity if you take singing lessons.
I tell you,
just,
it's so
just
funny.
Be you.
People will come. I'll turn around. They're all standing right there. No, don't stop now. And
You're
I
like,
don't know.
What?
It's always helped me keep my rhythm. I played a ton of volleyball growing up, and I always sang while I was playing.
Yeah, what position did you play?
It's kind of back before we had pins, but I was always an outside hitter, opposite.
Nice. Yeah.
I could jump. Back in the day, there really wasn't a lot of positions
right,
when I was playing.
Right.
Now it's changed so much.
I played opposite, so
and that's where I was, outside here, and I was it was something I took naturally, but I always sang, and it kept me in rhythm constantly. Yeah. Other people hated me for because I was good. It was probably the thing I've ever been best at. And other teams would just hate me.
Yeah.
Because
they
think I was goofing off, but I was it just kept me in rhythm the whole time.
It's just the way that your brain works.
Yes.
Just cool.
So I come here, if I'm singing, I know to grab this next, that next. It just all flows really well right there. And so I know it's silly, but
it just becomes like a habit.
Yeah.
And that makes sense.
And it's fun. People, honestly, like I said, they laugh. people want, and I'm not saying this is a show, but people want dinner and a show these days. They
want
they
do.
To be happy. It's why they love James so much, because he's very kind to them, and they leave happy.
Yeah.
It's not just here's a hamburger and get out the door. It's man, that was so fun. That was silly. The owner came out and talked to us. We got to meet
and that's
him.
so different because people aren't used to that. But one of the things that I really live by, and I've chosen to make my own life decisions with, is like, my main focus is that maybe, just maybe, the one interaction that I have with a human in this day is the only happy interaction that they have during the entire day, which is sad to think about, but it's also like, it may just be the one happy interaction they have during the entire day. So it turns into an opportunity really to just maybe brighten somebody's day. And so it's like, you say thank you, you open the door, you have the conversation, you do that kind of a thing. And I think that that's something that when people are coming into MayMoes, they know that that's what they're going to get. They're going to be happy. They're going to be able to have the opportunity to be like lifted up.
I agree. I mean, we want everybody to leave happy.
Right.
When I was single and dating, I said I always dated outside of my pay grade. and meaning the girls were way too hot for me.
Oh, gosh.
But the reason is because I made them laugh.
Yeah.
I made them happy.
Yeah.
And they wanted to feel happiness more than they wanted a guy without a dad bod like me. I can sport the gut quite well.
Oh, gosh.
But, they were always happy. And that's when I learned, just if you can make somebody happy, that's at the end of the day, you've done something good. And especially your point, like that might have been the only time they were happy all day long. I mean,
which sucks, but it's like if you have the opportunity to do that, why wouldn't you?
Well, other day I was telling my wife, and I was like, why do I always have to be happy? I was in a mood. I was throwing a fit.
Happens.
And I was like, why do I always have to be the one to set the mood for everybody?
Yep.
And
it's exhausting.
And people look towards it. Like, you go to your family Christmas, and they're all looking, what kind of mood is Jason in? Because if he's having a lot of fun, we're all going to have a lot of fun. And I had went next door, and I was in a mood, man. And this lady was in there, and something had happened. I wish I could recall exactly, but I could tell she wasn't happy. And I started cracking jokes just about whatever she was doing right there. And she got all happy and was like, oh, and she was smiling and laughing. And she's like, oh, you're the MayMoes guy, right? When it was said and done. And yes, I was glad she had a good time.
Right.
But yes, I was just kind of pissy that day. I didn't want to be that way, but honestly, it's a calling in life. It really Lord blessed me to be this person that's just kind and quick-witted and have fun, and that's what I do. But sometimes it's stressful to always try to be in a good mood. And I think that's one reason people here get the authenticity they do of, hey, crap, I burned this, or whatever it may be. They see us.
Yeah.
We're transparent. They're gonna know our personalities.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. What do you think the biggest risk that you have had to take thus far, like business or life or whatever, would be?
Probably hiring James.
Oh, okay, great.
As far as the business, I mean, Alex Cabrero did a story on me with KSL.
Yeah.
And he says, why a Cajun restaurant in Logan, Utah?
Right.
I told him I was too stupid to know anything else.
Oh, noted. But it's delicious, A lot of people don't have the opportunity to ever eat actual Cajun food.
No, and it's authentic. And
it's delicious.
We do everything we can. So I don't know. I was too stupid. I'll tell you this, when we first opened, I didn't have a fear. And that's not a good thing. I should have been scared. I wasn't. Like, just, maybe I didn't want to get a real job or something. I don't know, but I had no fear of what I was doing.
Yeah.
And there was no fallback money or anything like that. I mean,
it's just whatever.
I'm like, we're just going to open this. The proposal to my wife was, hey, I'm going to open a second location with my buddy, or we can open our own restaurant and get married. What do you want to do? She's like, I like that idea. I mean, that's our proposal.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's ups and downs, but I just remember there was just no fear. And that's, I think, what helped tremendously was just, I don't know, maybe, what was it, Columbus or whatever? They burn the ships when they get to America or whatever. So you can't go back or whatever. A story I've heard. Anyhow, we burned our ship. We had only choice was to go forward. And so the risk, I mean, obviously it's one of the most riskiest businesses. Everybody thinks they can cook, and all this.
Everybody's the best at everything.
And just because you can make good food doesn't mean they're going to come in and stuff. And we had a couple of really lucky breaks, and it just took off. We had some stories written about us, and now our biggest, luckiest break is this Food Network thing. I mean, but I say lucky, but some people say, Jason, you earned it.
Yeah, well, you worked for it. That's exactly what it is. The hard work went into it, and, however many nights that you had to spend trying to come up with different recipes and how to be able to to differentiate what you're doing. I think that there's so much work that goes into it.
Well, it's the nights away from your wife or your kids or whatever. Like, so we opened this place. I swore to my wife we would burn it to the ground if we didn't have our dates on Tuesday night.
Oh, fun.
And 4 years later, we still have either Tuesday or Wednesday night. We have our dates.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It just doesn't change.
Yeah.
And you have to prioritize.
Yeah.
And she was way more important. Like I said, I can go get a job selling insurance and be home every night.
Right.
You know, and she loves it. She's a teacher. She helped me build it. She's I really found out what love was when I married April. You know,
that's so cool.
You know, I thought it was just somebody being married. No, it's the person leaving work and then coming and painting walls with you till 2 a.m. before they go back to work the next morning.
Yeah.
Because they know you need it.
Yeah.
And so the support and stuff that she's been by my side, the kids, and then we had like the customers would be like, "Well, do you need help painting? Do you need help? You know, tearing this down?" I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!" Like, people
that's so cool.
We're coming out and doing stuff so much. Like I said, Cache Valley fell in love with us, but we have fallen in love with all of them too.
Yeah.
It's been an amazing thing. And so while the risk and all that is there, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I took a risk moving to Utah in 2003.
Yeah.
I took a risk, you know, marrying April. You don't know how stuff's going to turn out.
Of course.
You know, this was coming off of a divorce honestly, I didn't know what love was till I met my wife, April. You know, I just didn't grow up with a lot of it in the house.
Yeah.
I thought my wife loved me. I found out she didn't, because I've seen the difference now, you know, and it's huge. And I don't know. I'm just me. I always, I know this will make no sense to anybody, but you probably don't remember Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Came on. Scrooge had a brother. It was an uncle, and I just still remember this from 50 years ago. He just got by. Like, whatever life would happen, he was never worried about anything, and I always thought that was me. You know, whereas Scrooge McDuck was here, he was a gazillionaire.
Yep.
And he was very focused in making things happen.
Yeah.
And this brother of his was just like, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna start walking and we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like that's been my model, and it drives some people crazy. There's no doubt about it. But it has always worked out. At the end, it was always good.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, things maybe could be done better, but I wouldn't be Jason Davis if I did it any differently. So we're going to keep doing it that way.
Yeah, that's so cool. So where can people find you social media-wise? Where can they follow your guys' journey?
So I do a lot of stuff on Facebook, and I always tell them that's the main thing to get on, because we'll post specials every day. We post them on Sunday. Events, all that stuff coming up. Facebook's easiest. I'm learning about Instagram. I told you about that the other day.
Instagram's the best.
And I downloaded TikTok the other day.
Yes, yay!
I haven't understood it yet.
Oh, it's fun. You will love it.
It's different.
You will love it.
I'm just trying. All that's for business purposes.
You're literally gonna blow up on TikTok. Like, you have no idea. You'll post videos and stuff back there, and people will just absolutely die over it.
We're gonna see what happens. You know, I do all that just for work. I married with kids and running the business. I don't have a lot of time just to play on social media.
Right.
It's usually, when I'm taking my time out in the bathroom when I look at social media.
Right.
Which is all of us. Don't think
everybody does.
Me.
Come on.
That's
right.
It. But yeah, I'm trying to learn a little bit more of that. The Instagram, I'm learning. I see it's probably for a little bit more of a younger crowd, and a lot of people tell me it's really good for food.
Yes, it is very, very, very good for food.
So that's what we're focused on right there. And then so that's our social media. Facebook has, I think we're over 7,000 followers now.
Nice. That's
the
awesome.
First 4 years, and that's just all organic. People saying, "Come watch me," and
that's so cool.
I imagine when this show airs on the Food Network, we'll get a pretty big spike and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. What would be your one piece of advice that you would give to people who want to start a business, people who are thinking about maybe taking that risk?
One, you can't listen to the bull crap.
Of course.
Every one of my family members, I knew they didn't think we would make it.
Right.
Every one of them's borrowed money from me.
Of course.
No one thinks you're going to make it. You know, and there's still, the risk factor is always there, especially in a restaurant. You got about a 5-year window, to get out of. A lot of people don't make it out of that first year. It's hard work. Again, nothing will replace hard work. Be honest. Be yourself. And just get out there and do it, and don't listen to the naysayers. And 90% of the world wants to get up and go work for somebody else because they don't have the stones to go and try it themselves. And that's okay.
Right,
we need those
absolutely.
people in life, I need somebody to work at Walmart because I buy a lot of groceries over there.
Yep.
But you just can't everybody's going to tell you can't make it. Everyone. And if you listen to them, you'll believe them.
Yep.
Just smile, and then when they call to borrow money from you, write them a check and smile about it. You know,
Yeah.
It's just that's the biggest reward you can get. It's just go do what you need to do, and you cannot listen to other people. I don't care. My sister years ago opened a used bookstore in Mississippi, and I didn't even know they could read in Mississippi. But, see, being from Louisiana, you have to make fun of all the other states around you.
Right, of course.
Because Mississippi, they say the same thing about us.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I never thought that store would make a dime in its day, but I backed her and supported her, and and said, "Good luck, do this," because it is something she wanted to do. She loved it, and she got smarter and smarter with it, and it was open until they had to move. They moved out of the state to Texas, but I wish more people would take more risk. James back there, when they asked about like some type of bait stuff, he loves to fish and all that.
Yeah.
I'm like, James, you want to do it? Do it.
Yeah.
And just do it. I don't know. That's the biggest thing is you just got to get out there and do it and not listen to the naysayers, because everyone thinks if McCall's doing something, then I must be a lesser person because she's doing it and I'm not. And so we try to rip them down instead of supporting McCall and patting her back and lifting her up. We want to say no.
And just because somebody else is doing something way more successful, or somebody else is doing something that is successful, doesn't discredit you or your thing, whatever your thing is.
Some of my friends that are the wealthiest pat me on the back and congratulate me more than anybody.
That's cool.
They want to see good out of it. You can really tell who's kind of in your corner when you start a business. You'll see. Just people aren't going to believe it until they see it. Unfortunately, you still love them, but you just can't listen to it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Awesome. Jason, thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely.
This has been lovely.
This is always fun. I can talk. I'm never afraid to talk.
It's okay. This has been So You Want to Start a Business, episode 5.
Oh, yeah. Maybe number 5.
I'm sorry.